But let's wind down and talk about the state of this current real estate market, how you can win as a buyer in this market with these crazy rates because they are high. But we're going to talk about how you guys can win in this market with these rates and what options are out there for you as a buyer that you may not know about. So I invited my one of my favorite lenders on. He'll be on in just a second. So he's going to tell you all about it, and we're going to help you guys navigate buying a home in Henry County or whether you're buying in the surrounding area. So I'm so excited to talk about it because it's a lot of stuff that you guys just don't know about. So we got some good tips for you guys today. If you have any questions and brought some questions with you, please drop them in the comments below, and we can tackle those as well while we're on here this evening. So I know people Google a lot of things and read a lot of stuff. So let's answer some questions if you guys have those. So we're going to wait a couple of minutes for everybody to come on in. So we're going to give it a couple of more minutes. Let's see here. I don't know what I did just now, but there we go. I'm back. Let's see here. So Tamika, while you're on here, let me find out what questions you may have. I know I've heard that you're looking to buy a home soon. So I wonder, do you have any burning questions right now that you want to ask? Not to put you on the spot. Nothing yet? No problem. Sit tight. So welcome everybody that's come aboard so far. We've got our lender coming on. And like I said, we're going to talk about navigating in this market. Hi, Vernalisa. How are you this evening? Tamika's laughing. I'm glad you're here too. I'm excited for you. What's got you so excited? What are you looking to learn today, hear about? And what questions do you have? Because we are happy for you to be here and happy to help you. So I'll wait for people to come in. I just want to introduce myself. My name's Nakia Warner. I'm the broker, owner, realtor at Pink Sands Group. You've probably seen some of my videos. If you have not, please check those out. I like to give good tips about buying your home, selling your home, investing in real estate. So definitely check those out. But yeah, I'm glad you're here. Let me know what questions you have. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Okay. So let's talk about the real estate market. Let's jump right in and talk about what's happening in our market, what's going on in Henry County. And let's see. Oh, I'm just trying to stay positive. Okay. And you know what, Tamika? Continue to stay positive. Build your credit. Let's see. I know you said you have some doubts, but guess what? We're going to conquer those for you. Okay. Doubts that it won't happen. It will happen. It will happen. I tell buyers there's a Cinderella for every shoe. So there's a house for everybody. So don't let the fear and the thoughts of this might not happen for me. It will happen for you. I've had many buyers that have thought the same thing. And let's talk about how we can make that happen for you. Okay, Tamika? Hey, Gianni. How you doing? Welcome.
Hey, guys. I finally figured out how to get on.
Hey. Hey, we'll figure this thing out.
We have our battles.
Right. Exactly. So good. So I was just talking to the group about, buying in this market, what's going on in our area. And, one young lady said, she's just working on building her credit and she's just trying to stay positive while she's building her credit. Sometimes she just feels that, she has doubts that it may not happen, but I told her it will happen. She's doing all the right things. You're working on your credit. You're saving. You're on the right track, and it will happen as long as you stay the course.
I 100% agree. If I can give any advice and you can get anything out of this call, do not get news about real estate from the news. Stay off the news. They are fear mongers, and they're going to make it feel like it's going to be impossible to buy a home. I mean, I don't even like I mean, I do this for a living. I'm in it every day, and I see those feeds come across my phone. I'm like, oh God, it's just terrible. So don't let the fear and don't let other people perspective take you in a different perspective. You talk to a professional that's in it every day, because all a lot of people do is regurgitate negative energy, and they keep passing it along and passing it along. And before you know it, people have talked themselves out of something they don't even know what they're talking about.
It's so true. It's so true. You hear, all the people in the background, but what's for you is for you. And I know Tamika and I, we chatted the other day, and she's working really hard to get herself in position, and she's so close.
Yep.
So it's gonna happen. You, like I said, you got to just stay the course. Tune everything out, put those blockers on, and just focus on what your goals are, what your dreams are for yourself. And you guys, I'm sorry, I was like, hey Gianni, but let me introduce Gianni. So Gianni is one of my favorite lenders in the industry. He's so smart, so knowledgeable. We've worked some amazing deals together. We've got these buyers in new homes, resale homes. He's got some great programs that we are so excited about. And I just want to introduce to Gianni from CMG Mortgage. So this is Gianni, guys, my personal lender.
Hey guys, happy to be here. Nakia, as always, thank you for having me. Love working with Nakia. She's great. And what's great about Nakia is, she does a good job when the other agent on the other side falls in love with her and says, I can't wait to do another deal with her. And that happens almost every single time we do a business together. She's amazing. And that doesn't happen a lot. So trust me when I tell you, she's fantastic. She's a great negotiator. She works tirelessly for her clients to make sure they get the best deal possible. And she's just fun, and she's upbeat. And I love that, because we don't always get the pleasure of that in our business. A lot of times we get cranky people and nasty people. And it's nice to have that good.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's interesting that you said that people are trying to achieve a goal. I want to share just a couple things before, we get into topics and whatnot, some uplifting positivity. So a lot of times we have clients that we pre-approve, we underwrite them, and then they sit on the shelf for a while they're trying to find a home. I'll tell you this, I've had 6 clients over the last 2 months that have been looking for homes for over 2 years. Not 1 year, 2 years, that have just recently contracted. So I'm telling you right now, you got to have patience sometimes, and it may not be the right time now, but if you get with the right people and they set you up with the right plan, whether it's a qualification issue or whether it's just not finding the right house, if you get the right people and put them in place, it'll eventually happen. So that's all I can tell you, is that a lot of people are starting to find their right house. It's just a matter of time.
Exactly. It's a matter of time. And your time is when your time is. So exactly. So I know I'm really excited about, one, talking about this market. So a lot of people, have seen the market over the last 2 years, and everybody remembers 2020. It was absolutely crazy. You couldn't even get in a door to see a home. People were lined out down the street. It was so competitive. And a lot of people put buying on hold during that time. And now they're thinking of coming back in the market, and they're like, wait a minute, the house prices have gone up, the rates are high. How can I navigate and buy in this market? And so we want to talk about some things that you can do as a buyer, and why it's actually a really good time to buy now, because as we talked about before, Gianni, when rates start to trickle down, we'll probably will see ourselves back in those competitive time frames where you can't get in the door to buy a home. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit with you and with all of our viewers here, and just understanding, what advantages that we have right now. Because I know for sure a lot of buyers that I've helped in the last, say, 6 months to a year, they have gotten some deals. And when I say deals on closing costs from sellers, they're back giving closing costs again. They're not having to offer, crazy amounts above the asking price as well. And they're able to get what they want and moving rather quickly. So that's been really exciting. But I know something you told me about was about the renovation loans. So I want to tell everybody about that, because I'm super excited to share that with everybody.
Sure. Well, Renovation loans are an unkept secret in the mortgage industry. Not a lot of people know about them and know how valuable they are, especially in this market. And I've been preaching about them for the last 2 to 3 years, ever since we really started, prices started really going up, 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 new construction going up, 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 up. Everybody wants a new home. It's rare that someone says, I want a 1990s home with nothing updated, right?
Right, right.
Everybody wants something that's new or something that speaks to their personality, and renovation loans are just the answer to that. So simplistically, the cool thing about renovation loans are they come in two different categories: FHA and conventional. And here's the great part for buyers: if you qualify for FHA, you qualify for conventional lending, you qualify for the renovation loan too. There's no additional qualifications to be able to use that loan. And the cool part about it is that you can borrow money to buy the home, and then you can borrow money to renovate the home. Okay.
Get
So
what you
for
want. Yes.
one loan, so a lot of people think it's two loans, it's one loan. So I'll give you an example, just a simple math equation. So if I was buying a house for $200,000 and the renovation budget was $50,000, then my total cost is $250,000. If we were doing an FHA 203K, which is the name of the loan program, then my down payment would be 3.5% of the 250. Okay, so a couple of unique things about the renovation loans that are really, really, they're really great is a lot of times, if people are looking at new construction, as you know, it's very rare to find new construction under 400,000 or even under 300,000. Let's go that far. But there are a lot of homes out there in the 2s and 3s that with a $50,000 renovation could be a brand new home, or even, whatever cost it may be. But basically, at that respect, even a new construction home, we both know that builder grade homes don't have a lot of character to them, right?
Right.
They're pretty cutter for the most part, even up to 750 to $1 million. I mean, we see them all the time. They're putting the same stuff in, and that's because that's the builder model. They have to, they have to mass produce these in order to keep costs down. So renovation loan, what's cool about it is, number one, it's not going to take 9 to 10 months, which is the average build time right now. It's going to take, maybe 6 months at the most. So you're going to be able to get your dream home quicker, and you get to pick all the detail. And you can.
I gotta stop you there. That's the most exciting part, because I agree with you. New construction, yeah, it'll have granite, but you got 3 granite slabs to choose from. But imagine being able to pick everything you want in your home, from the light fixture to the countertops to the cabinet colors. You can truly customize your home to where you're limited on what you can customize for new construction. So I love that.
And there's no limitations. That's what's cool all the time. Are we limited? No. If it has to do with the property, meaning the house and the land, you can do it. You can do swimming pools, you can do fences, you can hardscapes, anything outside. You can add on detached garages, you can add on attached garages, you can knock out walls, you can add bedrooms, bathrooms, you can blow the roof off and add an addition. There's no limits to what you can do with this loan. So, seeing it on HGTV, it can be done.
Nice. I love that. You hear that, guys? So I love the idea of the renovation loan. So that's awesome that you can do that and really, truly customize your home. So truly make it your own, make the space better, whatever your heart desires. You can have that with the renovation loan. If you guys want more information on the renovation loan, Gianni, drop your information in the chat and say, hey, Gianni, just put renovation, and we'll know to reach out, or grab his number so you guys can get more information on the renovation loan, because that's an awesome opportunity for you to say, get a home at a lower price point and then go in and do the renovations, and you're well below what you would get for, these new construction homes in our area. So that's exciting. Another exciting thing is that, let's talk about rates. So rates are rates. And I know a lot of people are looking at the rates like, oh my gosh, what to do? They're watching the news, they're watching, things on Facebook and whatnot. And so some people are a little hesitant to really get out there and say, let me go out here and buy a home. So they're on the fence. And I find a lot of people that are on the fence. And so the buyers that I'm finding that are coming off the fence, they're realizing that they're getting actually some good deals out there because they're coming off the fence, and then they have the opportunity to actually save and get up to $10,000 in savings after they've purchased those homes. So tell us more about what is this opportunity out there where you can get up to $10,000 in savings after you purchase your home with the current rates and the benefits of this tool that you guys have.
Absolutely. So this is a growing, I'm going to call it a disease, but we will. But it's we call it rate reservation in our market, and that's that condition that keeps people from buying because they're afraid of the rates, or they're thinking that rates are going to eventually come down.
Right.
Today, guys, I can melt your brain with data right now and information about the market, but at the end of the day, you, me, we have no control over what's going to happen with the market at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have control over is our ability to make a decision and implement a transaction. And I will get into the rate here, but I needed to preface this a little bit because it's important to understand that house prices are continuing to go up. And right now they're averaging anywhere between 5 to 10% this year, which is nominal. So if you think about that, a $500,000 home, 10%, $550,000 home by the end of the year. That's a lot, right? So that's the problem, is that even when the rates come back down, like Nakia said, you're going to have a mass exodus of people coming back into the market. So you're going to end up in bidding wars, and you could end up paying way more for the house, and it wouldn't matter what your interest rate is. If you can lock in the price now, what we've done is we've created a program called Rate Rebound, where if you buy this year, and if it's new construction, doesn't close until March of 2024, you can come back to us with basically a free refinance. So we don't charge any lender fees, and we pay the majority of your third-party fees. And because we service our loans, if you have an escrow account, we'll just flip the escrow account, whereas that normally is a cost on a refinance. And we're going to give you a rate below market. And the reason that we can do that is because we are a servicer, meaning we actually service the loans. Where you're making your payments to, we service them. And intellectually and monetarily, it makes more sense for a servicer to retain our client servicing for up to 3 years. So knowing that, everyone has a pretty good feeling that rates are going to come down over the next 2 years, I'll say that as a blanket statement, which means that people are going to end up refinancing. So the opportunity will be there. We're just giving them the comfort of saying, get the house now, and then when refinancing is available, come back. So we give people up to 5 years, 5 years to come back and utilize that. Yep.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they have to have made 6 on-time mortgage payments and obviously still credit qualify. But as long as you meet the criteria and the rates are at least 0.5% below what you closed at, then you can do it. Now, of course, my job will be to guide you on, pulling the trigger at the right time. And that comes with market analysis. And, we can talk about that, and I can give you a 50-foot view of what's going on in the market. But that is a great way to overcome that resilience of rate. Meaning if you can afford it, and maybe it's not ideally where you want your payment to be, but it's better than paying rent, and it's better than throwing money out the window. Keep in mind, mortgage interest is tax deductible, right? So the first 15 years of your mortgage payment are front loaded with interest, which means mortgage interest is not the worst thing. What cracks me up is someone will go out and spend $60,000 on a car and get a 10% interest rate and have no problem paying that. And it does absolutely nothing to their bottom line, but they start shaking and squeaking about rates in the 6s and 7s.
I see it all the time. And when I break that down to my clients, and they're like, you know what? You're right. I'm paying $800 for a car note, but I don't want to pay this for my home. And the home goes up in value. The car depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot.
Just turn the key as soon as you look at
it. Exactly. I see Tamika had a quick question about the renovation loan. She said, was it limited to the home, or could you use a little bit of it for landscaping?
You can use it for landscaping in our home. Anything that has to do with the parcel, as long as it's attached to the property, you can do anything. Like I said, you can do swimming pools, you can do hardscape, landscape, trees, whatever.
You know what's awesome about that? You know how sometimes you see those homes and the backyard, it's a good sized backyard, but it may have a hill. And you're like, man, all these are space. So you can go ahead and grade that, do a retaining wall. That is great. Okay, I love that. And I
Yep.
know Vermelisa had just actually said talked about credit rating. I'm not sure what the question is, but I guess let's talk about, I guess, a good credit range to be within to purchase, because you hear so many things. You can buy with the 580 or you need an 800. Where do buyers really want to be in a comfortable spot, credit wise?
It's a great question. It's a loaded question because credit is only just one of the four major components that make up a loan, and everyone gets hyper focused on credit.
Right.
But there are three other components that are equally as important to the loan. So, if I was to give you a blind answer, I would say, a happy median would be around a 660 score. Now, doesn't mean that, we go down to a 580 credit score, but as I tell people when I'm in the middle of qualifying them, a 580 doesn't guarantee you a loan. There's still those other three parts that we have to consider. So in essence, my job as a loan consultant is to, give you guidance. And I do. Anytime that I do an application, if they qualify or not, I'm still giving them credit guidance on how to build their credit score to a higher level, because it doesn't stop with me. After they get a loan from me, they're still going to go get a loan for furniture, eventually get another car loan. They're going to open up credit cards. Credit dictates everything that we do with our finances. And
Right.
believe it or not, this was a fact that was given to me a long time ago, and it blew my mind. And I want you to think about it and digest it. For a lifetime of having a credit score less than perfect, which is, I guess, under a 720, the average American pays over $1 million in interest more with a lower credit score over the lifetime with credit. Let that sink in. If that doesn't resonate on how important credit is, it does. And here's the thing, unfortunately, there is no good information online about credit. There are services like Credit Karma and Credit Sesame. They are vendors. They are a provider of what they call a non-risk-based credit scoring model. They're great to use to kind of find out where you stand, and they're good to measure the accuracy of what's on your credit report, but they don't teach people how to build credit and how to function with credit. And that's the key. And that's what I teach people when they come through. I give them that, magic wand, if you will, on how to build a credit score. And it's honestly not that difficult. It just requires some discipline. It requires a plan, and it requires, basically implementation.
And we've got a couple of clients, working that now. So, and they'll be buying soon. So definitely great. And we've done that before in the past. So I think that's a great, opportunity to do. I'm glad we were able to answer that question for you, Vermelisa, and that made sense to you. So like Gianni said, it's more than credit as a component when you're buying a home, but that will answer your question about credit for sure. So I guess we want to wrap things up now, see if anybody has any other questions, but we really wanted to share with you guys today about navigating in this current market. What are some opportunities for you as a buyer? One, let's recap what we talked about. Home renovation loans, buying a home that's a little bit less expensive than new construction, and then renovating it from the inside to the outside to your yard, which we just found out, which is very exciting. So you definitely have some options there for yourself. I know Vermelisa said she wanted more information, and we're definitely going to reach out to you to give you that. And, with credit, like you said, you've got a range where you want to be, but it's other components. So don't let that stop you from taking that first step and connecting with Gianna, say, where am I right now? And what do I need to do to reach my goal to purchase a home? Let us guide you and build out a game plan on how you can actually purchase your home. Because it's just like, you plan a vacation. Not often do you just up and just, say you're going to go to France and you just go tomorrow. You want to plan that out. You want to budget for it. You want to say, okay, what's this trip going to cost me? How much is the plane? What are the things that I want to do? You want to plan out the same thing with buying a home. So even if you're thinking about buying a home, it may not be next month. It may be the end of the year or next year. Take that first step contact Gianni the lender, and let's build out a game plan so we can guide you guys together and get you to that home, whether it's new construction, because Gianni works with a lot of new construction out there. Forgot to tell you guys that. So he's very familiar with new construction, and or that home renovation loan, or whatever, you know, your heart desires to get into your dream home. So we're glad that this was informative. Thank you guys for coming along. I'm going to drop my information in the chat as well. So once I forgot how to do it, here we go. So you guys will have my information as well. And here we go. There we go. So I really appreciate everyone's time. Definitely, you know, if you felt this was very informative, please share this with a friend, pass this video on, and we'll love to talk to you guys a little later on. And thank you so much for coming on your evening on the first day of school in Henry County. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Gianni.
No problem. Pleasure, guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm happy to help.
All right, you guys have a good one. Thank you.